Hello everyone, welcome back to a fresh new video, and in this video I'll be trying to answer a few questions that I usually get, and these are the basic FAQs that every student has before he or she comes to USA for their masters. So stay tuned in this video and I'll be talking about two aspects. First is how you can manage your finance before you come to USA, and second aspect would be how you should manage your finance once you're already here. So the very first question that I usually get is how much funds to show in your bank account. So now for this, your I-20 will come into picture. So whenever you get an acceptance from any university, the university will send you an official I-20 letter, and in that I-20 you will have a finance section where an estimated cost for around 9 months would be shown. So in an ideal scenario, if you showcase twice the amount that is mentioned in the I-20, you should be good to go. But if not possible, you should at least try to show 1.5 times the amount that is mentioned in the I-20, so that the university and the visa embassy, they know that you have sufficient funds to survive in USA. Now the next question that I get is how to arrange for funds. So in this case, there are a couple of things that you can do to arrange funds. First thing is you can ask your parents to sponsor your education. If not, you can go to a bank and ask for education loan. And in both the scenario, you can legally show that okay, if your parents are sponsoring you, you can just have a letter, or you can have a bank statement of your parents' income proof, and that will be good to go. And in another scenario, if you are taking a loan from a bank, you can just have your loan sanction letter and the amount and everything specified in a proper letter that every bank will provide you, even if you don't ask for it. So that should be good to go. And I know a lot of students, they take education loan and they come here and they study, and there are no such issues happening when it comes to visa. Even the visa officer, they know that okay, students usually take a loan and then they go for studying. So there is no such thing that if you take a loan, your visa acceptance rate would not be that great. There's no such thing like that. Even if you get sponsored by your parents, you should be good for visa, and even if you take a loan, there should be no harm in it. So the next question that I usually get is should we take help from agents or counselors? Now a one-word answer would be no. Because what happens is that when you go to these counselors and agents, a lot of time they try to push you to universities that they have their tie-up with. And even if you tell them that if you want to go to a certain university, they will charge you extra money for it. And I've seen students paying up to 50,000, 60,000 rupees to these counselors, and it all goes in vain, because these counselors, they are not so serious about your application process, and their guidance is also not that up to the par. So usually I've seen student where they've gone to a counselor, and because of the lethargicness of that counselor, the student had to lose an opportunity to be in a good university. So I will personally never suggest you to go to any counselor. You can just talk to your alumni, or you can reach out to me. I can guide you through steps, because nobody better than a student who's already done this can explain it to you, and nobody better than you yourself can fill up your application process more seriously. So I will never suggest you to go to a counselor, and I just feel that if I can do it, everybody can do it. So just go out there, Google search it, whatever steps are there, just try to follow them. And if you find that okay, I'm not understanding certain aspect, reach out to your seniors, because every university has a set of alumni that has gone for masters. So you should reach out to them, talk to them, and I feel they are a very good counselor than these paid counselors. So yeah, I will never suggest you to go for any external service or any agent. So the next question that I usually get is how to show funds if your relatives are sponsoring you, or if you're taking money from your relatives. So in this case, there can be two things that you can do. First, you can either ask your relatives to transfer the funds to your parents' account, and then you can basically show that your parents are sponsoring you. But you can only do this if your parents have a good income source, and basically they can save that much money for you. For some reason they were not able to, but in an ideal scenario, with the income proof that they have, they can in an ideal scenario save that money for you. So in such case, you can just ask them to transfer the money, and then you can showcase that your parents are sponsoring you. And if the question arises that how did they save this money, you can always show that this is my parents' income proof, and hence they were able to save this money. Now second scenario is that for some reason your parents' income source is not that great and they are not able to save that much money. So in such scenario, you should take a letter from your relative stating that he or she will be sponsoring your education for the course of 2 years or 3 years, however long your education course is. So you should just take a letter from them, get it signed, if possible get it done on a stamp paper to make it legal and stuff, and then you can use that letter to showcase that yes, this is my legal source of income and this is how I'll be paying for my education. So yeah, this can be done. I've seen a lot of students, they do that. Few of my friends have also done that, and they just usually showcase a letter that okay, he or she is my relative, we are in blood relation, or he happens to be my uncle or something, and he or she will be sponsoring me. So that can be done and there should be no issue filing for visa for it. Yeah. So these were the set of questions that people usually ask me, and they're all related to how you can manage your finance before you come to USA. So now let's focus on questions that are more focused on how you can manage your finance once you're here in USA. The very first question that I get is what bank to prefer and in which bank should you open an account. So majority of the student, when they come to USA, they open their account in Chase Bank. Now Chase is a very student friendly bank, and it is a very good bank. It will provide you service everywhere, and the one benefit that usually students receive in Chase Bank is the opening bonus. So if you come to USA and if you open yourself a checking account in Chase, so there's a joining bonus that Chase provides you if you transfer I think up to $500 in the first 90 days of opening the account. So there's something like $250-300 that Chase gives to you. But apart from Chase, there's also Wells Fargo, there's Bank of America, and these are all good banks and they will provide you service no matter wherever you are in USA. But student friendly is Chase, and you should also prioritize like that only. So get yourself an account in Chase and get yourself a joining bonus as well. Yeah. Now another question that I get a lot is that is credit card mandatory in USA? So I wouldn't say it is mandatory. I mean, when you get yourself a checking account, you get a debit card with it for sure. But just in case if you're an international student and if your parents are transferring you money from India to your US account, the wire transfer will take a minimum of 48 hours. And in case of emergency, if you do not have funds or if the money has not been transferred on time to you, in that case what you'll do. So I will always recommend you to get yourself a credit card, no matter if you're planning to use it or not, but just for your safety you should have it with you. Now another question that I usually get is that is there any chance by which we can avoid the conversion rate? No, you cannot. So whenever you're transferring money from India to your US bank account, you will have to pay the conversion rate, and there's a service fees as well that Indian banks would definitely charge you. So you can always go and talk to your bank that I'll be doing these many transactions over this entire year, so if you can exempt me from that transaction fees or service fees, that would be great. Or if you can reduce the fees, you can always talk to them, but it usually doesn't happen. So whatever Indian bank you're getting your money from, they will charge you a certain fees, say about 500-600 rupees per transaction. So that will be from their end, and once you get your money in your US bank account, they will also charge you some money. So that would be around $10 or $15 for every transaction, and there will be a limit that you cannot transfer more than say $5,000 from your Indian account to your US account. So every time you do a transaction of say $5,000, you will not receive $5,000 whole. You'll receive somewhere around $4,980 something. So they deduct the charges, but you should always go and try to your bank manager, and you should talk to them that I'm a student, and if you can waive off these charges for me, or if you can reduce the charges for me, that would be very helpful. I don't think they'll do that, but there's no harm in going and talking to them. So that is one thing. But yeah, apart from that, there is no escape for it. You will have to pay the conversion rate. So these are the FAQs that students usually ask me, and I tried to divide these questions into two parts, that how you can manage fund when you're in your home country and how you can manage a fund once you're here in USA. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and if you have any doubts, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram, my LinkedIn and my email address would be in description, so feel free to write to me, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. So that would be it for this video. I hope you guys found the video helpful. So if you saw the video till here, do drop in a like, subscribe to the channel, and do comment your thoughts or do comment your your questions if you have any, and I'll be happy to help you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.